how to lay patches of sod, I would say that I would assume that this is referring to when you have areas in your yard that are less desirable than others, whether we're talking about the dogs have worn an area out, or it's an area that's been infested with weeds, or it's bare dirt for one reason or another other than shade. If that bare dirt area has been created by shade, then you're going to have to resolve that problem first, because even if you lay new grass down in that area, it's not going to live. If you want to do the patches for that reason, I would say that you would first you would need to cut the old grass out, probably depending on how small or large it is, whether you need to use a sod cutter to do it if it's a little bit larger, or you could just have a good new sharp shovel if we're talking about smaller areas the size of a desk or two, and a few of those you could cut those out. It would be a lot of work, but you could cut those out, and then if you needed to lay a little topsoil to level it back up, that would be fine, and then you could lay the new grass down on top of that. You would have to have a good machete as well, because if we're talking about patchwork, there's going to be, maybe if it's a circle, you are going to have to do lots of cutting to make it look uniform when you look out there. And then the problem with the patching though is the water. If you're doing your whole yard, it's real easy to pull a sprinkler out there and turn it on and water the whole yard using our directions, flooding it the first day and quite a bit for 2 weeks. But when you do patches, it's very hard not to make a mess of your whole yard and keep those patches alive. So most people have a tendency to underwater those patches unless you get the special sprinklers that just cover the small areas. Like I said, the normal problem with doing the patchwork in the yard is that people underwater those patches, and then the grass dies and you're having to do it again.